Welcome to my Highlands Tournament rookie walkthrough video. My name is Matthew, and in this video I will walk you through the shots I will use and some of the possible alternatives that we will see on the Greenock Point course. This is a guide and is not meant as the absolute solution, but more like a starting place to begin your note-taking process and help you prepare for the tournament. Play according to your clubs, balls, and skill level. Please remember that this walkthrough does not feature the actual tournament wind we will see, as that will only be known once the tournament begins. Also, while some of these shots are from my early days of streaming Golf Clash and the execution isn't the finest, I have taken care to explain to you any tweaks or changes I plan to make to guide myself to the lowest possible score. The couple holes you see with snow are from the Holiday Hills tournament, and I don't expect it to be snowing in the Highlands at this time of year. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Greenock Point course for the Highlands Tournament. We start the tournament with a par 3 that can be played a couple of different ways. I will demonstrate first to bounce over the rough technique. Here I set up my shot with 10% downhill elevation at maximum distance and a quasar ball with my sniper or viper club. I apply maximum left spin and 2 to 3 bars of backspin depending on the wind. You see that my landing position is with the outer white ring cutting the left rough. Be sure to hit perfect and you have a very direct approach to a hole-in-one. Second route that I will demonstrate is a bit more of a technical route. This shot is a rocket rough bump with a marlin ball. I add maximum left spin with the marlin and 1.5 bars of backspin. Adjust here for 10% downhill elevation, and my club plays in minimum distance numbers. Be sure to offset the ball guide just outside the hole to the right with these mid-level rookie wind conditions. Adjust according to the tournament winds for what I believe will be the most popular route here in the Highlands Tournament to get a hole-in-one. The prominent path that I believe we will see in the tournament is to try to reach for the green here on hole number 2. Hopefully we will see a tailwind or some form of right to left tailwind. It makes this shot much easier. Choose your extra mile and a tightened ball and apply maximum topspin and maximum left spin. Line up your red ring touching the left rough before you push back up to max and adjust at 15% downhill elevation. Make sure you pull straight back with maximum overpower and aim to bounce your second shot in the rough in front of the pin and bounce out onto the green, now hopefully in the hole. A club with more topspin here is certainly a possibility, but beware of rolling through this green as well. Some players will score a hole-in-one here, however sadly many will struggle to score eagle as the drive is not necessarily an easy shot. The second route, which is my preferred route in anything besides tailwind, is to aim for the fairway patch in the middle of the hole with the goal to bounce out onto the fairway beside the green. I adjust here at 10% downhill elevation with my extra mile and a Titan or Kingmaker ball. I apply a maximum of 3 bars of topspin and maximum right spin and about a half a ball of right curl. I aim so that my second bounce is in the rough near the intended landing position. In the example, I apply a small amount of overpower that wasn't entirely necessary. Judge the wind conditions for yourself and pick this route if you aren't comfortable with maximum overpower. Let's see, we'll just clip it and bounce out nicely beside the green. And as you can see right there, we're going to play this second shot as a routine 0% wedge. I like to use the Firefly or the Endbringer in rookie, but truly whatever your favorite wedge is, play it how you would in, regular tour play. Luckily here on this previous example, we've got a nice tailwind to work with. The tournament, we're going to see which path we take. I do like the right side power shot, but this left side path is really consistent if you're struggling to make that overpower drive. Here on hole number 3, we have our first par 5 and a very realistic opportunity for albatross. I set up the drive with the Titan ball and my extra mile. I add maximum topspin and 1 bar of right spin in this left to right wind. I like to use the blue ring cutting the left rough as a landing position reference. Adjust for 10% downhill elevation and max club distance. Sitting your drive roughly at about the 350 yard mark should set you up well for a second shot with my Viper, or for lower distance drives a big dog will work. Of course, if you have a developed sniper, that would be the preferred play. There we are, 350, and I've been setting up on the second shot at 20% downhill elevation and coming very, very close. The tournament wind will dictate the exact elevation that I play here, but using 1 bar of backspin, and in this situation, a half a bar of right spin to compensate a little bit for that strong right to left wind, we come very, very close to this alba. And you know, you're guaranteeing yourself a nice tap-in eagle every time we play. Now see where the yellow ring near the rough there? I would like to play that with the red ring touching the rough just to safeguard against this clipping the rough you'll see here on our first bounce. First bounce here. It's going to come a little close. Yeah, there. So you be careful with that. Set it up a little more safely, but we've got a really great chance to dial this one in. Hole 4, the second par 4 of this course, is not a terribly difficult green to reach in 2, but the second shot can be challenging. I like to approach this hole from the left side with my extra mile and a Titan ball. I use maximum topspin and maximum left spin. I adjust here with 10% downhill elevation at maximum distance. Then you're going to see me push it back to max with this wind, but this may not be required in all circumstances, like when you have higher level clubs or more tailwind. We're getting close, but we're keeping it in play. Don't be afraid to take off a little topspin there. And now the second shot, I choose to play the backbone for the second shot. After a drive of 369 yards, I play this one at mid distance, using 5 bars of backspin and 1 bar of right spin. Now I aim directly at the pin, about 1 to 2 green squares short, to account for the lack of ball guide here on this backbone level 8. You may play the slope to the right of this pin with a Saturn or other approach, but for me, this routine backbone setup has been highly successful for me in the past, and I don't see any reason why it won't continue through the Highlands tournament. After playing hole 5 several times, I've come to the conclusion that it is very much wind and bag setup dependent. Here with a moderate southwest headwind, I decide to let the wind push help me and set up on the right side fairway. I like 1 to 3 bars of backspin depending where you land and 1 bar of left spin. Even with a healthy offset to the right of the pin, this ball still comes in to the left. I will work with a 20% downhill elevation as a baseline, but that number will change in the tournament based on our wind conditions. The play on the left side is also very nice, but I didn't quite get a chance to come this close. Here on hole number 6, I have debated showing this route as a primary option for the average rookie player, but ultimately it provides a solid opportunity for albatross, and I know that you're all looking for that coveted gold banner. I play here with an extra mile rough bump at 20% downhill elevation, using maximum backspin and maximum left spin. I will be trying the same shot with the top of the red ring touching the fairway, my next chance here, as well with like a tiny little bit of baby left curl. This is wind dependent. You can definitely roll through over into the other rough, but I love how we set up for the second shot. And so of course, you know, the point of doing such a risky drive is that the second shot sets me up for a direct approach to the pin. If you have a sniper, this is a good opportunity to use it. Otherwise, bring your Viper. I set up here with a bar of backspin and a bar of left spin. then adjust for 0% elevation. Given a non-headwind situation, we should be nicely to the hole without having to use any overpower. But as you can see with this shot, to adjust in max, I should have played it landing position back a little bit. However, just a small amount of overpower here, we can get this up and very, very close for a chance at the kind of albatross that will most certainly separate you from the rest of the field. So for hole number 7, our final par 3 of the Highlands tournament, we have the iconic lottery hole where the ability to hit perfect is by no means a guarantee of a drop. I play it with 10% downhill elevation and a power 1 ball such as a marlin, which suits this play perfectly. Using your extra mile, apply 3 and about a quarter, 3.25 bars of topspin and maximum right spin, and maximum right curl with an extra mile 6. Check the landing position of the white ring nearly touching on the left and the blue ring nearly touching on the right. Importantly, that second bounce is just on the edge of the dark shadow and along the sort of shadow line on the fairway. Good luck to you on hole number 7. To me, hole 8 is an absolute must drop in Rookie. Let me give you 3 ways to play this hole so that no matter your circumstances, you should be able to get the drop here. The first that I demonstrate is the easiest drive choice, where you play the left side with a marlin or a quasar. You do not need this Titan ball, and you apply 2 to 3 bars of topspin and maximum right spin with right curl. Now you could play a little bit more right curl than I played here, depending where you're going to land. You want to basically bounce over that rough and get up to that second fairway. Oof, a little close, but that's exactly the idea. And you're going to end up somewhere in this direct approach to the green. So to get this eagle, we're left with a minimum short iron, such as the thorn. I like to approach the pin here with 2 bars of backspin at 0% elevation. Now, while this route to the pin is obviously very straightforward, in my opinion, it is not the best way to play this hole for a sure drop. But if you are afraid of using a little overpower, or you don't have access to any power 5 balls, this is a viable way to play hole 8. So then the second route is to play through the middle of the hole directly at the green. Bring a power 3 ball such as a Titan and your driver with the most distance, typically the extra mile. Assessing the amount of overpower I will need to execute my shot, I drag the landing position into overpower approximately 2 rings. Due to the low wind, I estimate the adjustment, but in the tournament, I will adjust for 10% downhill. I use 0 spin for this shot, so go with the wind. If you have a free Berserker ball to play, this might be the hole you decide it's worth to use one. As you can see, the extra power of a power 5 ball allows us to set up this drive with 0 overpower at all, possibly making this much more realistic to dial in for a hole-in-one. Either way, you'll sure have an eagle. I missed my shot quite a bit to the left, so I would try this shot next time with at least 20% or more downhill elevation. I understand this isn't for every player in Rookie, but the Berserker ball does come for free from the Golden Shot, and if you use Tommy's guide, it's usually quite an easy score. So give it a chance if it is a possibility for you. Otherwise, good luck getting the eagle here on hole number 8. The final hole, as Playdemic traditionally does, is a par 5. To me, the drive on this hole conjures up nightmares of lost strokes for original players to the game and those new as well. Simply put, in anything other than a right to left wind, I'll be using a Titan ball. If you have right to left wind, this is a hole to spare a Kingmaker. I like to set it up the same with either ball choice. At 20% downhill elevation, I use maximum right spin and 3 to 4 bars max of topspin with maximum right curl. Be careful not to use too much topspin here, or you can find yourself behind the trees out in the middle of the second fairway, unable to reach for the green at 2. If you execute the drive without clipping the rough, you will see that you can reach the green very nicely with a Viper or a developed sniper. If you are unsure that you can get there distance-wise, bring your big dog. Most players will see an eagle here in rookie after a nice drive, but to me, the albatross is an outside opportunity. Adjust a shot with about bar to 2 of topspin and maximum right spin. This one takes a bit of luck, but I wish you all of it in this Highlands tournament. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune into my rookie walkthrough for the Highlands tournament. If you have any comments or feedback, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll respond as soon as I can. Also, remember to subscribe now to join Erelic Gaming and not miss out on any of my future content. Good luck to you in the Highlands tournament.